Hey everyone, it's Miss O'Neill here, and today we're going to be doing another mini English lesson. This lesson consists of me reading a book and asking comprehension questions. So parents, if you're nearby, please pause the video at the appropriate times when I ask at the end when I'm doing comprehension questions. I would love for you to be able to go over the answers with your student and then ask them which answer is right. This is something we do in our classroom every single week, all the time. So I'd really love for you to be able to, recreate that lesson that we do here at home and see if your child is getting those answers right, and that'd be awesome. Before I begin, I hope everybody had a lovely weekend. If you celebrate Easter, I hope you had a great Easter weekend. I hope it was blessed and filled with family. If, I didn't get to see my family this weekend, which was kind of rough, tradition's kind of hard. So all of our schedules and routines are really off, and it's hard on everybody. So I just want to remind everybody to take a deep breath. And we're going to get through this together, and slowly but surely, hopefully, we will find our way back inside the classroom. So kids, before we get started, what do we do before every lesson? Everybody show Miss O'Neill our 3 golden rules. We're going to have nice, safe hands. A nice, quiet voice, go, shh. And we're going to take a nice calm body, so take a deep breath, go. Good job. All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to read a book, and it's called It Wasn't My Fault. And it's by Helen Lester and illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. All right, let's begin. Fun fact, this book belongs to my sister. My sister is a first grade teacher. She was a first grade teacher at Warner in Springfield, and now she teaches first grade at Meadowbrook in East Long Meadow. So even though a lot of my books say Miss O'Neill on them, it's really not me, it's my sister, and she gave me all these books. All right. It wasn't my fault. Things did not always go well for Merdley Gertson. He couldn't control the toothpaste, and he fell into waste baskets. And he dropped only valuable vases. Whatever happened, it was usually his fault. One day he went for a walk in his one too big shoe. He had stepped out of the other one, and he couldn't remember where. Before long, someone had laid an egg on Merdley Gertson's head. He looked at a nearby bird. "Did you lay an egg on my head?" he asked. "I did," confessed the bird, "but it wasn't my fault. A horrible aardvark screamed, and it scared me." So Merdley Gertson and the bird went to see the aardvark. "Did you scream and scare the bird into laying an egg on my head?" they asked. "I did," confessed the aardvark. "A nasty pygmy hippo stepped on my tail, and a scream just popped out. It wasn't my fault." Together they went to find the pygmy hippo. "Did you step on the aardvark's tail, making him scream and scare the bird into laying an egg on Merdley Gertson's head?" they asked. "I did," confessed the pygmy hippo, "but it wasn't my fault. I did it by accident when I was getting out of the way of a hopping shoe with long ears." "A what?" they all asked. Just then along came a hopping shoe with long ears. With a pull and a tug, they found the ears were attached to a rabbit. It wasn't my fault, the rabbit explained. I was hopping along when I landed in that shoe and became stuck. The shoe looked very much like the new too big shoe that Myrtle had stepped out of some time ago. In fact, it was. Myrtle thought, the rabbit became stuck in my shoe and frightened the pygmy hippo who stepped on the aardvark's tail. The aardvark screamed and then scared the bird into laying an egg on my head. Then I suppose it was my fault, Myrtle Gertson said very sadly. 2 tears splashed on his new, too big shoes. There, said the pygmy hippo, the rabbit, the bird, and the aardvark. Don't cry. It was my fault, said the bird. It was my fault, said the aardvark. It was my fault, said the pygmy hippo. I think it was the shoe, said the rabbit. Let's go back to your house and do something about that egg. They all went into the kitchen. The aardvark turned Myrtle Gertson upside down, and the egg plopped onto a pan. The rabbit ground the pepper. The pygmy hippo added a pinch of salt. The bird ran around and around in the pan, doing a very fine job of scrambling. Myrtle Gertson enjoyed every bite of his scrambled egg. Myrtle thanked his friends. He went to the door to let them out, and it wasn't his fault. So once again, this was It Wasn't My Fault by Helen Lester and illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. All right, guys, we're going to do our comprehension questions, okay? So we are going to ask some questions. Parents, this is where you come in, and I'm going to have you pause the video at different times, okay? So my first question, who is this story about? Myrtle Gertson, Lily the dog, or Hedgie the hedgehog? Let's think. Pause this video. The answer is Myrtle Gertson. He was the main character. He was the boy who had, worn the 2 big shoes. And when he wore the 2 big shoes, all those things happened with the other animals because his one shoe came off and the rabbit got stuck. Our second question. Who dropped the egg on Myrtle's head? Let's see, was it the aardvark, the bee, or the bird? Pause that video. And the answer is the bird. The bird laid the egg, which had dropped on Myrtle's head. Can you imagine getting an egg dropped on your head? That would be so sticky, and you'd have to probably take a bath to get it all out. Yuck. Alrighty, we're going to have 2 more questions. My first question, what is in the rabbit? Oh, sorry. Let's restart that. What is the rabbit jumping in? All right, is he jumping in a purple shoe, a tomato sauce can, or a pumpkin? Pause that video. And the answer is a purple shoe. That purple shoe that Myrtle was wearing was too big, and that's why he ended up, it came off of his foot, And that's when the rabbit had hopped into that shoe. Can you imagine a rabbit jumping into your shoe? I can't. What does Murdley eat at the end of the book? Ice cream, a cookie, or scrambled eggs? Pause that video. And the answer is, ding, 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 scrambled eggs. He eats eggs because the egg fell on his head, right? All right, so that's all I have for today for our mini English lesson. I hope everybody continues to stay safe and healthy. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. Watch your email because I'm sure I flood them. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Be healthy. Bye.